Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I am going to be doing my brow routine as well as my brow routine on my clients. I don't really see the point in just doing a brow routine on myself just because my brows are cosmetically tattooed on, so I just don't think it would be that informative for you guys. So in today's video I will go ahead and fill in my brows and show you guys what I use and how I do it. And then after that I will insert some clips of me doing some of my clients' brows and of course run you through absolutely everything that I do step by step and of course what products I use. So without any further ado, I'm going to zoom you guys up and fill in my brows first. If you guys have watched my videos for a while, you know that I love using the Benefit Ka-Brow. Myself, I like to use the shade number 3, but I like keeping 2, 3 and 4 in my kit because I feel like those 3 colors are like my most popular. So it just comes like this with a pomade inside, and it also comes with a little brush that you can flip around and use, and I may as well just use a brush today because it's actually quite good. So I'm just going to dip into the pomade. I feel like when I used to use the Anastasia dip brow, it would go really crusty and hard, but I feel like this one keeps its moisture, like the formula of this, so I don't need to add any like beauty oil or anything to it to smooth it out. So what I like to do first is brush the brows up like so. Then I'm going to get my brush with the product on it. I like to start on the tails, so I like to just really enhance that arch, and then of course connect it to the tail of the brow, and then fill in the sparse areas, whatever is left on the brush. Then I go in here just to make it look a bit more defined as well, and just a tad thicker. And then I don't take any more product on the brush, I just like to use the excess just for the start of the brow, like that, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go in with the other side. Once again, starting at the tail. This stuff is so easy to use, I love it. Don't worry if you feel like you went a bit too high on the arch or you made a mistake, because that's when you go in with concealer after, just to make it look extra defined. So I'm just doing what I did on the other side. Slowly just kind of feathering it in through the start of the brow, and then I'm just gonna go in with a brush and brush it all out. So I'm just taking the Anastasia concealer brush and a light concealer. So directly underneath, and this will clean up the brow and make it look like you just like freshly got them waxed or threaded. I love this trick. This is why I like to usually do my brows before eyeshadow, just so I can sort of drag it down, and so it acts as like an eye base as well with the concealer. Alright, so now at the top. And just really defining around where we just filled in. Just like that. Then I'm getting a dense sort of brush and just using that to really blend in that concealer. Brows on fleek. Alright, and then to set the brows in place, I love using the Benefit Gimmi Brow. This one's also in the shade number 3, and I'm just going to go over my whole brow with this. Sometimes when I can't be bothered filling in my brows, I just go in with this because it adds extra colour, because I don't really need to really fill them in like this defined every day. This is such a lifesaver when you're in a rush. And that is literally all I do to my brows. Takes me like, well, I literally just took my time. But if I was to do my makeup and I was in a rush, like this would take me like under 2 minutes. Like I just usually go through the tails and then really quickly clean up the edges with concealer and then just the Gimmi brow. And that is literally how I do my brows. So I'm gonna insert some clips of me doing a couple of my clients' brows now and do a little voiceover and explain everything that I'm doing. So I hope this video helps you guys out. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Alrighty, so I start off by brushing the brows up first and then I go in with my Benefit Ka-Brow. This one is in the shade number 3. And as I did before on myself, I start off at the arches, define them, and then go ahead to connect to the tail. And not using any more product that's on the brush, just using what's left from it and just using that to really lightly feather at the starts of the brows just so they don't look too blocky or too intense. So I just like to keep the starts of the brows as soft as possible. I'm using a Zoeva brow definer brush for this. And I'm just using one of the Benefit brow brushes to brush through the brows. And then I'm just taking the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Light just with a Zoeva concealer brush and just doing what I did earlier on myself, defining the brows. So just popping that below and straight above and then obviously blending out that concealer. I also love using the clear brow gel by Benefit as well. So when I feel like my clients have already full brows, I don't feel like I need to go in with a Benefit Gimmi brow because that does have extra fibers and it does make your brows appear a lot thicker. So when my clients' brows are already full, I just like to go in with the clear brow setter and just run that through the brows just to make sure it stays in place all day. So here's a little before and after of the gorgeous Nikita. This makeup look will be up on my channel soon. Next we have Zoe. I use the shade number 2, which is a shade lighter than Nikita's. And once again, starting at the arches of the brows, I'm using a Pony Cosmetics brush this time. I really like this brush as well. And then just lightly feathering it on the starts of the brows. Then grabbing some more concealer and just using that to define the tops and the bottoms and blending it out. And then again, using the clear brow gel just to set the brows in place. Sometimes I like to brush the hairs upwards just to create like a messier brow look. Sometimes I like to have them neat, but yeah, this is Zoe's completed brows. I love them. And then finally for a darker brow, I'm using the shade number 5. And once again, starting at the arches of the brows and just slowly feathering it towards the start of the brows, not with too much product on the brush, otherwise it can look a little bit harsh. And then after that, I just like to brush through the brows just in case there is any harsh lines or bold areas. And then again, going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer on a concealer brush. I really like the Anastasia concealer brushes and the one from Models Prefer, which you can just get in Priceline. Just defining them, going above and below, as I did previously. And because I really wanted a full brow for this look, I decided to go in with the Gimmi brow in the shade number 5 and set her brows with this. So that is the final look. I hope you guys like this video, and if you want to see more like this, let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.